welcome to today's episode of where we take things from a big scale to a smaller scale for the hobbyists, the DIYers, your moms that's trying to learn how to weld, your sister, your brothers, your cousins. You get it. Last episode, we kind of birthed into the world of plasma. This episode, we're gonna crawl a little bit. Normally, we would take a scroll through Scrap Alley to see what that project's gonna be, but I've been doing a lot of thrifting and drifting a little bit here lately, and I came across these, and I thought that this would be the perfect project for you guys to get started in lighting and mixing lighting and plasma. So, let me go get them. Okay, I found these odd lights at the Goodwill. As you can see on the tag, it does say $7.99 is what I paid for them. There were 3 of these. So I thought these would be kind of fun to plasma cut. Today's craft is gonna be building your first light, basically with plasma cutting and recycling, because I feel like everybody might have something similar sort of to this, or maybe you're yard selling or thrifting or whatever, and you come across something kind of similar sort of to something like this, you know? So that's kind of the vibe we're going for. So let's go get the plasma cutter. All right, so on the plasma cutter, we're still using the 33XP with Hypertherm. These are gonna be available at Northern Tool stores soon, so stay tuned or check in with your local store to find out when they're gonna be available. But this one right here, our sole plasma focus of this season is going to be the 33XP. So if you have problems or questions, you can always comment below. I do read my comments and I do respond to them, but not the stupid ones. All right, welding jacket, hood, gloves. I know what you're thinking. Now, Ray, we're not gonna come across something like that. I don't know, it can literally be anything. And if you drill a hole through the top, you can put a light in it and make it cool. Trash cans, gas cans, use your imagination, it's yours. So do whatever you want with it. So as far as settings, this is amperage. So we have 15, 20, 25, and 30 amps. This stuff is about, it looks like it's about 14 gauge. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it on like 33 amps, which is the highest setting. Put welding jacket on. Biggest challenge here is, what do I cut on this? I could do flowers, because flowers are what most people know me for besides the Bel Air, which if you haven't seen the Bel Air, you should look at it. I think with this, if you watched the first episode, we did circles, and I told you that when you start kind of getting into the plasma cutting game, you have to learn how to crawl before you can walk, and today we're crawling. So the last episode we did circles. Let's kind of expand that a little bit and do circles with some other kinds of shapes, whatever shapes you're wanting. The key here is to create a separation between the cuts so that way nothing falls out. Another thing, it is 100% okay to draw whatever design you want on your piece and then cut it. It also helps you practice what stays and what goes, that positive and negative space. It's perfect. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And then eventually you'll stop drawing it on and you'll start drawing it by memory, and you'll have that kind of here in your vision. I don't know how to explain it, but it becomes kind of like a screen that you see and you just know what to cut and what not to cut. So this takes practice. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start building a flower pattern around my seam here. I like things to look like it's blended in at the seams. And if you're familiar with my work, I kind of love following seams. That's how my patterns start. And since our seam kind of is already here, let's build something from the seams. So I'm gonna start with a circle in the middle, and then I'm gonna build other shapes around it to create a flower pattern. All right, you see that hole right there? That's what we're gonna start building our pattern from. All right, now when cutting, sometimes you'll notice that this lead gets in the way. I tuck it under my arm and cut. I'm gonna use a little bit of my little piece right here to hold it. All right, it's stuck. Okay, so I don't know if you can see what I did there. I built basically kind of like a rose pattern that starts with a circle in the middle, and then I make these kind of like, almost like if you're making bubble letters, like a bubble letter with a lot of waves in it in a C shape. Basically, I'm building that around this circle to give the appearance of a rose pattern. If your cuts don't look perfect, they're not supposed to. That's art, you know? And that's plasma cutting. I love plasma cutting just for that reason of it does not have to be perfect. Jeez, stay. Okay. And another thing too, speed is not required. Take your time cutting what you're cutting. Okay, now I'm loving how this is turning out, so I'm just gonna keep building this pattern. If you feel like your flower looks a little lame, it's okay, because the more and more you cut it, the better and better it'll look. And you'll be able to start seeing more detail within your cut, and so it kind of changes things. So just be patient with yourself and don't rush through it. You'll be okay. Okay, next one. It moved and it made me overcut. That's okay. See? Can you see what it did? Overcut just a little bit. Now, how do you fix that? You just cut it even more. Let me show you. So we're gonna kind of see where it's at, and we're gonna build a little bit of a pattern around it, and we get rid of it. So let's just keep going around it and see what happens. That's why I hate that little clampy clamp. He's always moving. All right. See? Can't even tell I did anything. Do I dare to trust this again? Stay. Okay. All right, let's trust this one last time. I think in anything in life, you never know unless you try. And it's interesting enough that I picked up a plasma cutter because it was the only machine I can afford at the time. And every single thing that I cut came from the tow truck yard that I worked at, or crafts I worked, or treasures I'd find. And I would just cut up anything to show you that you can literally do whatever you want because you have free will. So if you want to cut up a trash can or a toolbox, which a toolbox I have cut up before. I found one on the side of the road driving, and I just picked it up and put it in my car because I am that person. If you have free stuff on the side of the road, I will 100% pick it up. It's kind of like that free candy van, you know? If you want me to come to your house, just leave free shit outside. Or have an estate sale. Just cut wherever you want to cut. Make a flower wherever you want to make a flower. Kind of what I'm doing. Making a little swoopy swoop. When you're cutting it, it kind of looks like a swoop. Like a swoop. Like watch. Watch. Swoop. Okay? Watch this work. Swoop. Look, we're already almost done. We're having so much fun. That oh, owie. Alright. Almost done. I am not having, owie. That's the second time I hit myself in the head. Okay, we got a little bit of space. Alright. Last cut. And we are done. Now look at this. All right. See? That looks pretty cool. Isn't it funny that this is exactly how my career started, was with this pattern. This pattern I think anybody can do. It's just a bunch of circles with squiggly line C's around it. And when you see that, it kind of becomes easy. Okay, now I am gonna install a light in this, I think. I think that would be really cool, but also, it seems that this could actually look really cool in the garden. I think I'm gonna take this little thing right here out. All this is a little screw thingy that goes inside that. Is it hot? All right, now I'm gonna put this inside like this. And this right here came with it. So I'm gonna just screw this on. I can't believe I found these at Goodwill. Like, I am shooketh. When I saw them, I was like, $8? And it's metal, can I cut it? That's how I started my whole career. Is it metal? Can I cut it? It works. This chain did come with these little screw adapter things. So I'm just gonna put it in. Now we can hang it somewhere. So let's go outside and see what we can do with this. Ah, I love springtime. I think I have the perfect place to put this. And it's a spot I hadn't really found anything for. So I think this could be really cool. I have this beautiful shed, which is part of the reason why I bought this house. I call it the Hannah Montana shed. The whole goal of this is to get out and try something new. My whole career started because of a plasma cutter and picking it up. Could you imagine had I not done that? So get out, recycle and reuse, and build some shit. See you guys around. Why do I keep pointing?